My history teacher hated me, so I got him fired. My high school history teacher, Mr. Davies, was notorious for his favoritism. If you were a star athlete, especially on the football team, you could do no wrong. Everyone else, you were pretty much invisible. Or worse, I wasn't an athlete and was pretty quiet in class, preferring to just learn the material. This seemed to annoy Mr. Davies. He'd often make pointed remarks during class, directed at me without using my name. Things like, some students just don't have the competitive spirit to succeed. Or history isn't just about memorizing dates. It's about understanding the drive to win. He'd constantly praise the football players for their effort and leadership, even when their academic performance was not great. I just kept my head down and focused on getting through his class. One day, he assigned a major project, a group presentation on a historical figure. The groups were assigned randomly, and to my absolute dread, I was grouped with 3 of the football players Mr. Davies idolized. They were the kind of guys who expected to be carried, and sure enough, they immediately decided I would do all the research and put the presentation together. Their plan was to just show up, read a few lines I wrote, and collect the easy grade. Mr. Davies would surely give them for being team players. I tried to get them to contribute, but they just shrugged me off. Don't worry about it, man, Mr. Davies loves us. We'll get an A just for being here. It was incredibly frustrating, but I didn't want my grade to suffer. So I did almost all the work myself, the research, the slides, even rehearsing their parts for them. The presentation day arrived. The football players were completely unprepared. They mumbled through their lines, mispronounced names, and clearly had no idea what they were talking about. When Mr. Davies asked follow-up questions, I tried to cover for them, jumping in with answers, but the whole thing was a mess. Mr. Davies, however, beamed at them. Excellent effort, gentlemen. True team players. He seemed to ignore my contributions entirely, focusing only on their presence. Then came my turn to present my section. I had the most complex part, detailing the strategic impact of our historical figure. I started strong, but as I was explaining an intricate battle maneuver, one of the football players leaned over and, probably thinking he was being funny, loudly whispered, "Just say he won. Who cares about details?" The whole class chuckled, and even Mr. Davies smirked. I froze. I was so incredibly fed up. All the frustration from being disrespected just boiled over. I looked at Mr. Davies. "You know what?" I said, my voice surprisingly steady. "He's right. Who cares about details?" I then proceeded to give an impromptu, brutally honest critique of the grading system and the unfair advantage athletes have in his class, all while maintaining eye contact with Mr. Davies. When I finished, the bell rang. Mr. Davies just stared at me, his face a mixture of shock and fury. He didn't say a word. I gathered my things and walked out. Later that day, I was called to the principal's office. I expected a suspension. Instead, the principal had a surprisingly calm expression. It turned out several students had been complaining about Mr. Davies' behavior, but nothing had been done. My outburst had apparently been the reason students had started talking, and some even went directly to the principal's office. Mr. Davies was put on administrative leave. An investigation revealed a pattern of inflated grades for athletes and punitive grading for others, especially those who questioned him. He didn't return that year. I got my deserved grade for the project, and a new teacher finished out the semester.